Coming up, life after war.
A medic deployed to Iraq shares what he struggled with upon his return from the war. It's a special story from the home front. Our special series that shares personal war stories. We take a look at the private battle many soldiers are fighting here at home as they try to settle back into life after the war. News Channel 4's Vivian Lee brings us the story from the home front.
Philosophy and physiology, an amalgam of the two.
Day one of Psych 101 at St. Francis College in Brooklyn Heights. The class discusses the meaning of normal, how it changes with circumstance. And that's something 24-year-old Sergeant Mike Abenoha knows something about. He spent a year in Baghdad as a medic with the 101st Cavalry out of Staten Island.
People get hurt almost every day on a daily basis. And that just becomes your normal life. But
when Sergeant Abenoha, who's from New Dorp, came back from his tour last fall, he could not imagine opening a book and took the year off.
You go from RPG attacks, car bombs, roadside bombs. As far as injuries, it's pretty much everything. Burns, you have torso injuries, so when you come home, this is pretty much going to be foreign land to you because you were there for a year. And you kind of have that resentment towards everybody because, they didn't go through what you went through.
During his tour, he lost 7 comrades to a roadside bomb just outside of Baghdad. The guilt over surviving lingers. One of the dead was a good friend, 20-year-old Sergeant Kenneth Von Ron. Sergeant Abenoha wears a bracelet to remind him.
He's kind of taken away a little too soon and just kind of live my life to the utmost.
Were you afraid of death?
After being there for a few months, I kind of stopped being scared, and it was kind of worked out for the best because I was a lot more focused when you're not afraid. When anything happens, I'm in charge of, say, about 15 people that goes out.
Mike Abenoha is not the first St. Francis College student to go to Iraq. Anecdotally, the staff here talk of a handful of other students or former students who served over there and of at least one who did not come back alive. Now focused on earning a degree as a physician's assistant, Sergeant Abenoha says he does not take school for granted anymore. The new attitude is obvious to the staff who knew him before his tour.
When I first met him, he was very tiny and very unsure. Now that he's gotten back, both physically and mentally, he has grown.
And for the better, he says, he'd go back in a heartbeat if asked. On the home front, Vivian Lee, News Channel 4.